From all indications, there were multiple shooters who fired dozens of shots, perhaps more than 50.
It's a miracle that that baby was not shot. It's a miracle.
What's the purpose of shooting at a car when you know there's a child in the car? That doesn't make any sense.
So they did find the vehicle that was used in the incident in Chicago where Gabby's life was unfortunately taken. They did find it on an alleyway on fire. It does look like it possibly could be some evidence still in that vehicle.
They are monsters, because what else are they? Are they good community members? Absolutely not.
By now you've probably seen the headlines about the Chicago baby who survived 50 bullets. The news showed you the vigil, the $20,000 reward, Father Pfleger calling for justice. But here's what they didn't show you. The Facebook posts, the warnings, the back and forth that allegedly set this whole thing in motion 2 months before 3 masked men ran up on that white sedan in broad daylight. And trust me, once you see what 26-year-old Gabryel Ayers allegedly posted online, you'll understand why 5 days later, with surveillance footage, a burned getaway car, and witnesses everywhere, nobody's talking. This is the story the mainstream news didn't tell you. This is what happens when keeping it real online allegedly turns deadly in real life. And this is why that 14-month-old baby girl is gonna grow up without her mother. I'm not here to say she deserved what happened. Nobody deserves to be gunned down like that. But we need to talk about how social media beef in 2026 isn't just words anymore. Because while you're typing from your couch, somebody else might be printing out your post and putting it on their mirror, waiting. Gabryel Ayers, who went by Gina online, was a 26-year-old hairstylist from Chicago's South Side. By all accounts, she loved her daughter, worked hard at her craft, and was even training to become a letter carrier. Friends remembered her as someone with a big personality, someone who wasn't afraid to speak her mind. And honey, when I say she spoke her mind, I mean it. Now, I went and looked at her Facebook page myself, because I needed to understand what allegedly led to what happened on February 4th. And let me tell you, Gabryel was active online, posts everywhere, comments on everything. She did not hesitate, not even a little bit. Here's where things get complicated, and this is where I need y'all to really hear me. November 21st, 2025, 2.5 months before she died, Gina posted, "Now, let me post her dead-ass brother," in casket on my page, with crying and laughing emojis. Now listen, I don't care who you are or what somebody did to you. Posting about someone's deceased family member in Chicago, where tensions are already at 100. That's not just disrespectful, that's dangerous. The comments came fast. One person allegedly responded, "I don't give a fuck, post it. Rico and them going handle you. Wasn't your people getting dragged out a car going on a mission?" Let me translate for anybody not familiar with Chicago's street talk. What they were saying was, go ahead and post it. Rico and his crew are gonna come for you. Weren't your people the ones who got killed during a hit? Now, a smart person might have logged off at this point, maybe taken a break from social media, let things cool down. But allegedly, Gina responded, "Your brother got left on a hit," with a laughing emoji, y'all. In street terms, saying someone got left on a hit means they were killed during gang activity. That's not just an insult. That's disrespecting the dead. And in Chicago, that's one of the worst things you can do. That post allegedly got shared almost 900 times. 900. meaning hundreds of people saw it, screenshotted it, passed it around. At that point, it's not a private beef anymore. It's public. It's permanent. And here's the part that breaks my heart about this whole situation. When Gabryel typed those words, she probably hit send, maybe laughed about it with her friends, and then went on with her day. You know, that tough girl act we all do, sometimes when we're upset. Post it, vent, move on. To her, it was probably just Facebook fingers. Just talk. But here's what people don't understand about the internet. The person reading that post might not have that same mindset. They might not just read it and move on. That person allegedly took that post, screenshotted it, maybe even printed it out and put it on their bathroom mirror, so it's the first thing they see every morning when they wake up. They're waiting, plotting, planning, settling a score that you don't even know you have because you already forgot you even posted that 3 weeks ago. You're out here living your life, doing hair, taking care of your baby, going to the store. And someone else allegedly has your words on their wall, watching your every move, waiting for the perfect moment. That's the disconnect. That's why this is so dangerous now. Because you're playing checkers and somebody else allegedly came to play chess. And you don't even know the game started. But it didn't stop there. The very next day, November 22nd, another post appeared from the same account. It read, "And my love can stay up forever. Blizz Fin get a 30-day trial on my profile picture. All bets off my daughter, going out, that B word with no worries. Come playing, gon' feel the hottest bird ever." Translation: all bets are off. My daughter can go out without worries. If you come playing with us, you're gonna feel the hottest bullets ever. That's not banter. That's not jokes. Allegedly, that's a direct threat. And in a city where people have been killed over less, somebody apparently took her seriously. February 4th, 2026. Cold Tuesday afternoon in Chicago. Temperature hovering around freezing. Gabryel climbed into the passenger seat of a white sedan. Her companion, 27-year-old Devin Draper, was behind the wheel. And in the back seat, strapped into her car seat, was their 14-month-old daughter. Probably playing with a toy, maybe holding her lollipop, watching the grey Chicago sky pass by. They drove through the familiar streets of Auburn Gresham, past houses, corner stores, the St. Sabina Church food pantry, where volunteers were busy helping community members. Just another normal day, or so they thought. At 1:25 in the afternoon, the white sedan approached a stop sign near the 7,900 block of South May Street. Devin slowed down. Routine, nothing unusual. And then they came. 3 figures, masked, running from between parked cars like they'd been waiting, and they started shooting.
What's the purpose of shooting at a car when you know there's a child in the car? That doesn't make any sense.
Not one shot, not a warning. Over 50 bullets. The surveillance footage shows them running up, firing, backing up, getting into a red vehicle, pulling up again, and firing again, while witnesses dove for cover and workers at the nearby food pantry scrambled to safety. This wasn't a drive-by. This was an execution. Gabryel was hit multiple times throughout her body. Devin took 2 bullets, one in the arm, one in the buttocks. The car, riddled with holes, every window shattered, careened out of control and crashed into a GMC van. And in the back seat, that 14-month-old baby was screaming, surrounded by broken glass. Shell casings found inside her car seat, but not a single bullet touched her. Not one.
Now they said it was 50 rounds into this vehicle. I believe it. It probably could be more. It probably was just 50 on her side. And how they missed that baby, that was nothing but the man above, okay? Because that was a lot of rounds. They was really focused in, and I'm very thankful that they did not hit that baby in any way, shape, or form.
Paramedics rushed Gabryel to Little Company of Mary Hospital. They tried. They really tried, but the damage was too severe. She was pronounced dead. Devon survived his injuries and was listed in good condition at Christ Medical Center. And that baby was carefully lifted out of that bullet-riddled car by Chicago police officers and is now being cared for by her grandmother.
We stand together, we continue to partner with one another, that you guys are willing to come forward and help us, give us information.
Investigators say the attack happened Wednesday afternoon as Ayers and a man sat in the car near 79th and May. 3 men opened fire on their vehicle, causing them to crash into a van.
I talked to her mother, and I've also committed to paying for the services for her as well, and we will be starting to arrange those over the next day.
It's been 5 days since Gabryel Ayers was killed. 5 days. And you'll listen to what we know and what we don't know, because this is where it gets frustrating. Here's what investigators have. Surveillance footage showing 3 masked shooters opening fire in broad daylight. Over 50 shell casings collected from the scene. Multiple witnesses who saw it happen. And get this, just days after the shooting, they found the getaway car, a red Alfa Romeo, burned in an alley. Because of course they tried to destroy the evidence. But here's the thing about fire. It doesn't always destroy everything. There could still be forensic evidence in that vehicle. DNA, fingerprints, something. Cook County Crime Stoppers is offering $10,000 for information leading to an arrest. St. Sabina Church, through Father Michael Pfleger, added another $10,000. That's $20,000 on the table. $20,000. Surveillance footage, a burned getaway car, witnesses everywhere. And still, no arrests. Nobody in custody. Not a single person charged.
They are monsters, because what else are they? Are they good community members? Absolutely not. And we're going to find you, and we're going to make sure that we hold you accountable.
Think about that baby who's going to grow up with no mother. That ought to prick your conscience to do something.
You want to know why? It's that code of silence. That snitches get stitches mentality that runs deep in some Chicago neighborhoods. Even people who saw it happen aren't coming forward because they're afraid. Afraid of retaliation. Afraid of being labeled a snitch. Afraid of becoming the next target. Now here's where the streets start talking, and I need to be clear. This is not confirmed by police. This is rumor. This is what's allegedly being said online and in the community. People are saying that Devon, the driver who survived, allegedly posted their location on his social media status that day. Posted where they were. In real time. Knowing that people were allegedly looking for them. I can't confirm if that's true. Police haven't confirmed it. But if that's accurate, baby, that's a whole different conversation we need to have about moving in silence when you know people allegedly have problems with you. Because here's what I know about how these things work. If you're in a situation where there's active beef, where threats have been made, where posts have been going back and forth, the last thing you should be doing is broadcasting your location. The absolute last thing. Chicago police area. 2 detectives are still investigating. They're reviewing more footage. They're following up on tips. But as of today, February 9th, this case is cold. Those 3 shooters are still out there. Walking free, probably feeling untouchable. And here's where this story takes another turn that shows you the cycle never ends. After Gabryel's death, allegedly her brother posted something on social media. I don't have the exact wording, but from what people are saying, it was along the lines of, there will be consequences for what happened. Blood for blood? Type energy. And the comments under that post? They're split right down the middle. Some people are saying, look, I get you're hurting, but your niece just lost her mother. The best way to honor your sister is to be there for that baby. Don't go out here trying to get revenge and end up dead or in prison too. That little girl needs her uncle. And then you got other people saying, this kind of disrespect can't be left unanswered. They came to your family in broad daylight, shot up a car with a baby inside, and you're supposed to just let it go. That's not how it works. And that's the cycle, isn't it? Gabryel was responding to previous violence against people she knew. Someone allegedly killed someone she cared about. She posted about it. They came for her, and now her family allegedly wants revenge for her death. When does it end? Because right now, we got a 14-month-old baby without a mother. A community traumatized. 3 shooters. Walking free. And a family torn apart by violence that allegedly started with Facebook posts. Now, before some of y'all come for me in the comments, let me be very clear about something. What happened to Gabryel Ayers was a tragedy. Period. Full stop. No mother should die that way. No child should lose their parent like that. And the people who did this need to face the fullest extent of the law. But we also have to talk about the role social media plays in these situations. Posts were made that disrespected deceased individuals. Threats were exchanged publicly. And someone decided to act on what they saw online. I'm not saying she asked for this. I'm saying that in 2026, we cannot keep pretending that what we post online stays online. Facebook posts are being used as evidence in murder trials. Instagram stories are showing up in courtrooms. Screenshots are giving detectives motives. The internet isn't separate from real life anymore. It is real life. And when you're in a city like Chicago, where the wrong post can get you targeted, you have to move different. Some of y'all are gonna say I'm victim blaming. I'm not. I'm reality checking. You can acknowledge that someone didn't deserve to die while also acknowledging that certain actions have dangerous consequences. Because at the end of the day, Gabryel's daughter is the one paying the price. She'll grow up knowing her mother died violently. She'll probably see the videos, the news articles, maybe even the Facebook posts. And she'll have to carry that for the rest of her life. That 14-month-old baby survived 50 bullets by what can only be described as a miracle. Shell casings inside her car seat, glass everywhere, chaos all around her. And somehow she didn't get hit. But she lost her mother over words, over posts, over beef that escalated from Facebook to the streets. Was it worth it? Was any of it worth it? If you have any information about this case, Cook County Crime, Stoppers is asking you to call 1-800-535-STOP. You can remain completely anonymous. That baby deserves justice. That family deserves closure. And those 3 shooters need to be held accountable. Rest in peace, Gabryel Ayers. And to that precious baby girl who survived the impossible, I pray you grow up surrounded by love, far away from the violence that took your mother.